The weather is warmer, buds are on the trees, birds are singing, which means it's time to start spring cleaning. And not just your house, we're sharing some tips on how you can spring clean your finances.
And this video is sponsored by Nerdwallet. Hi, I'm Joseph.
And I'm Tasha, and we are lawyers and wealth experts. And this is One Big Happy Life, where we help you find balance, build wealth, and live happy. Everything that you need to create the life that you want.
Spring is a great time to both clean your house and also your finances. So we're 3 months into the year, which means that you've probably experienced some changes to whatever plans you had at the very beginning of the year. So springtime is a great way to check in on your financial plans and make sure everything's still going the way that you wanted it to go in the beginning.
That's why our first tip for spring cleaning your finances is to check in on your financial goals. Like actually look at, hopefully you wrote your financial goals down at the beginning of the year. So we're 3 months in. How are you doing on your progress towards your financial goals? Are those goals still aligning with what's going on with your life right now?
To see where you are on your progress towards your financial goals, first off, make sure you have all the goals that you laid out in the beginning. And then where you should be right now, where you predicted that you would be about springtime or around this time of the year. And then see where you actually are, and then compare the two. And then see, did you meet it? Are you ahead of it? Are you, is this one just completely different? Did you not even try it? Whatever it might be.
And then don't just stop there. Ask yourself, if you are on track, awesome, right? Then you give yourself a little pat on the back. First of all, give yourself a pat on the back regardless, right? For setting the goal and for setting the intention. That is worth celebrating as well. But if you didn't hit your goals, now's a great time to ask yourself, well, why? So what exactly happened that caused you to go off track so that you can start brainstorming different things that you can do over the course of the next 3 months to get yourself back on track and to overcome whatever obstacles blew you off course the first 3 months of the year.
And of course, if you find that something is missing, you've got a new goal that you want to incorporate, go ahead and add that in right now and check on it later on this year to see how you're doing.
And speaking of new goals, the second tip that we have for you is to start a new savings habit.
Think about things that you've been wanting to do, maybe like a vacation, something like that. And have you been working towards that? Or is it entirely new? Either way, make sure that you are putting enough money aside that you have the money to do the thing later on in the year when you have it planned. And so we get a lot of questions as people are developing their savings plans. It's like, what do they do with the money that they're saving? Where do they put it? Well, you just have to do a little bit of research to find the best option for your money.
And speaking of doing your research to find the best account to hold your new savings, today's video is sponsored by Nerdwallet. You know that we are all about making your money work hard for you. Just because you're earmarking your money for savings doesn't mean that it can't still earn money for you while it's in your savings account.
Nerdwallet wants to make sure you're earning what you deserve on your savings. They've researched dozens of financial institutions to find the best options. Here's how you can find Nerdwallet's resources on the best high-yield savings accounts. Head over to their website, nerdwallet.com. At the top left section under Our Top Picks, Nerdwallet has a section dedicated to the best banking products.
To find a savings account that has high interest rates, click on Best High Yield Online Savings Accounts. That's where you'll find their recommendations on the best savings accounts, see the ratings that different accounts have received from Nerdwallet, their interest rates, and more. Check out the link in the description box or head over to nerdwallet.com to easily explore your best money options on Nerdwallet. Even if you have been great at saving, like maybe you put money away for retirement or you have money in your emergency fund, it's great to start a new savings habit for a different purpose, to get into the habit of saving for different things and maybe even saving to spend on the things that really matter to you, saving to spend for fun. Because the better you get at planning for what you want to spend your money on, the more likely that money is to actually be there for you when you're ready to use it. So learning how to save up for something that you want in the short term is also a great habit to build.
Yeah, that's an incredibly powerful tool. Now that we've taken a look at your savings and you've maybe put in a new savings habit that you want to start building, we have tip number 3, review and update your spending plan. At the beginning of the year, when everybody did their spending plan, the 1-year spending plan, you probably had a set of priorities and everything that you knew that happened last year, and you probably transferred it over. Well, things might not have happened exactly the way that you planned. And so springtime is a great time to go ahead and update your spending plan. Make sure it's still aligning with the priorities that you had in the beginning of the year, and that the income numbers and the expense numbers still line up with what you're expecting.
Tip number 4 is to review your paycheck withholdings. So it's springtime, which means it's also tax time. So you're probably also taking a look at how your withholdings went last year, what your tax return is looking like this year. So now's a great time to really reevaluate what you're doing with your withholdings this year. Not just your taxes, but also any retirement accounts. Make sure your contributions are on track. Really look at your flexible spending accounts to make sure you're on track to spend that money before you lose it. Just pay attention to all of those little allotments that you made, 5 or 6 months ago. Make sure that they're still in alignment with what you're doing with your life right now and how your year is going so far.
Yeah, all too often, there are actually tax changes or last minute laws that start in the beginning of the new year. And we haven't updated our withholding, on a timely basis. Is way back the last time that you got a new job, right? And so it's important that you go ahead and take a look and make sure that whatever new thing is going on, is reflected in your withholding, to make sure that you're on track to have enough withheld, or if you're holding too much, go ahead and drop that down.
All right, tip number 5 ties into the spring cleaning of your house, which is to sell things that you don't need. So this weekend, Joseph and I spend some time in Alexis's room helping her do a purge because she wants to redo her room, redecorate it for her, maybe final year in the house. And so we were purging her room, and a lot of the stuff we were donating, but we often went back and forth about, what things should she donate versus which things should she try to sell herself. And that's definitely a conversation that's worth having. As you are purging your items, you could consider selling them or donating them and then claiming those donations on your taxes when you file your tax returns next year.
Yeah, and selling things is a great way to get just a little bit of extra cash for some unplanned expenses, something fun. Maybe you want some spending money for vacations in the summer, and that's a great way to clean your house and also get paid to do it.
Yes, and declutter, because I know over the course of the past year, we've been here at home and we've been using the house a lot, and a lot more things have been coming into the house because this is where we are, like all the time. This is our main source of entertainment. There have been quite an influx of kids' toys, among other things.
Don't look at me.
It's so true.
It's because I'm buying them.
Yes, that is exactly. I'm glad he said that because it's so true. And so I love to take the opportunity in the springtime to declutter and really identify the items that we can pass on to a good home, right? Even if it's not with us.
So use these 5 tips to spring clean your finances, and remember to check out Nerdwallet at nerdwallet.com.
Special thanks to Nerdwallet for sponsoring today's video. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.